My name is Ron Alvarado. I'm the president and founder of Novus Group LLC. Novus is a Pittsburgh-based staffing and recruitment outsourcing firm. We actually launched our business 5 years ago, November 10th, 2008. The initial core competency of the business was general staffing. So the full-time and temporary placements of administrative and customer support personnel. And we focused on the mortgage services marketplace initially. So that was the core business segment that drove our revenue. Over the course of the 5 years, we've expanded into other business niches, one of which is energy, oil and gas. And so in the energy sector, we've been doing executive search of highly skilled, highly sought after technical talent. So these are petroleum engineers, geologists, petrophysicists, and senior land professionals in the oil and gas arena. Highly compensated folks, and what we do there is we go out and find passive or inactive candidates and bring them to companies in Pennsylvania, but we've expanded into Houston as well, the mega centers of the oil and gas industry. We've had a good run over the past 5 years, so we were ranked again this year one of the top 100 fastest growing privately owned companies in Pittsburgh, so that's 2 years in a row, and so we've had a significant increase in our revenue over the past 5 years. The experience, I can think back vividly, 2008. So I had been working for a company. I knew I wanted to launch my own firm, and I found myself unemployed. It was an ugly situation with my former employer, and so I was out of work for 6-7 months. We knew we were going to launch a business, but when you look at 2008, so I was collecting unemployment, but that nowhere nearly covered my personal costs. I've been in staffing now, it'll be 30 years next year, so I ran companies. I didn't get into this overnight. This is all I've done in my adult life, and I've been very successful with other companies and corporations. So I built an operating model that I felt was sustainable and could bring a difference to our clientele. So you have to manage to that model, and then you got to hire people that fit in well. And so I was able to hire the right people at the right time throughout our evolution that came in and understood the mission, understood the vision, understood clearly our value proposition, and just helped me execute on those plans that we laid out. Myself and my business partners, we thought we'd have no challenges getting funding for the business, and I expected a revenue stream for me, an income stream, sometime fourth quarter of 2008. But if you recall, during that time frame, October, November of 2008 was the height of the economic tsunami, where there was no funding to be had. So we, my partners were kind of hesitant in terms of moving forward with the business, but I was gung ho. I said, I've hired, we have staff that we've sourced. I have space that we've been negotiating, and we're going to launch the business. And so on November 10th, 2008, we started our business. And so we just moved again into new space, and as I look at that evolution, it's amazing. We've created over 1,000 jobs in this marketplace. We've provided outstanding service to our clients. We've made contributions back to our community. We're actively involved in a number of organizations. And so it's just amazing, 5 years, in that 5-year time frame, what we've been able to accomplish. So now we're looking forward to the next 5 years in our evolution. You learn lessons every day. I think one of the suggestions I would make to any business owner, that's a new owner or someone looking to get into business, it's all about cash flow. Cash is king. So you really have to manage your cash effectively. And then you also have to make sure that you invest that cash wisely in your operations. Make sure you hire the right kind of people, and more importantly, make sure you have a plan in place, a specific solid plan in place on how you measure their performance relative to expectation. Personally, again, the other advice to any new entrepreneur, I think seasoned entrepreneurs will get this, is that you have to be prepared to survive on no income. And your family also has to be prepared to survive on little or no income for some time, because you're not going to be profitable overnight. And at the end of the day, the owner is the last person, at least the way I operate, is the last person to be paid. And so those are the real challenges around entrepreneurship. You want to be an owner of a company, you have to be prepared to make those sacrifices in the short term. Always with the vision that I kept constantly knowing it's going to get better. I guarantee you, it's going to get better. And so it finally got better. But that's one of the significant takeaways. The other one would be that at the end of the day, it's ultimately about you. You're the owner of the business. You have a team around you, but the decisions that have to be made will be made by you. The country is we're a country driven by small businesses, and so entrepreneurialism is one of the most challenging endeavors that one can pursue. And anyone who's an entrepreneur, I think of totally differently. They're very courageous folks who really change the world. So I would suggest that anyone looking to start an own business really focus on the right plan and going out and seeking as much help as you can get. And this organization was a tremendous resource for me and for my success. So I would certainly recommend it to anyone looking to start a business.